Marathon Season 2 is a complete failure. Ooh, stinky, stinky. Let's jump in and see why it's a dumpster fire.
I missed the game and counselor, here to spread the cheer. Join me on this adventure, where gaming wipes away the tear.
Scholars, welcome to the Counselor's Office. I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor. This is last pre-recorded video until Friday. I'm going to try to get my desk and everything rearranged. I'm recording more, even though I pre-recorded like 5 or 6 videos ahead of time, and now I'm recording a couple days later, even though I'm still cleaning the house and everything. I'm stopping because we've got updated, news about Marathon. Season 2 is a dumpster fire. I'm not even joking, right? So everyone's favorite, PTSD starter, especially for the Bungie bros / Marabots. Most of them are about to have a heart attack and a seizure. Go to your nearest doctor. Psych ward. Sorry, I meant psych ward because most people who are average Joes don't care and they're enjoying their game, as you should. If you're an average Joe, this isn't you. You're enjoying your game. But damn, Season 2 is doing worse. What's funny, and it's notable, that launch day was 86K. Then the next day it went to 88, which is the peak, all-time peak. And we know that 70% of Marathon is Steam. So these are accurate peak, the height of gaming, which is, by the way, we've got Thursday, we've got Friday, we will be keeping track of Friday. This will give the last hurrah hooray to see how it plays out, because weekends do matter in this regard. But damn, the first day, by the way, that actually never really matters. And here's why. If you look at Destiny, Destiny releases on Tuesday as well when they do expansions or seasons. For example, episode 2 Revenant, 86K. We have another update, episode Heresy, 77K, right? So on Tuesday. So the whole idea that, it's not a Friday, technically that doesn't matter. But half the launch, that's right, only half of the people from launch, and even then we don't even know if that's true, because we know right now this week is free to play. So with free to play active, they're only getting half the launch numbers of the game. Ooey, stinky. Look, stanky, looking bad, especially considering a game that's older than it is getting half the numbers, and it's not even an update. We're about to see it pop up with the update next week. But ooey, stinky. The data matters, and the data shows that this is a flaming turd. Even as a free to play game, no one wants to touch us with a 9-foot pole. Let's see. Even Cross is now chiming in again. Let's see what Cross has to say about the shebang bang.
A new AAA live service looter shooter in 2026 is insanely expensive and risky. You know what else is expensive? Not making shit. That's what's expensive. You know what I mean? You know what else is expensive? Making something that bombs. That's fucking expensive too. You know what's not as expensive? Making a game that would obviously fucking sell, like a Destiny 3. That's fucking not expensive.
And we know that ain't no one wanting to buy Marathon. No one's wanting, not even for free. This shows that not even for free people want to touch this. No one wants to touch this, not even for free. They're like, no, we're good, not even touching it. But that's not all. People are going to argue, they try to argue this, that the numbers were low because the servers were down. That's right. On the free-to-play week on launch of Season 2, with them being featured in the state of play, Marathon servers shit the bed. If it isn't a Bungie, and here's the funny thing, a lot of people are now realizing Bungie for the first time. Welcome to the party. When you realize that Bungie can't keep their servers up. People thought that that Destiny was a problem. Oh no, things are gonna be great. Dedicated servers, everything's gonna be swell and fine. You've got a game that has what, like 10% the content that Destiny 2 currently has, and it couldn't even handle half the play. It couldn't even consider half the, because it was only 30K people. And it's not like, it wasn't like 100K people were trying to load in. It has half the people at launch and it crapped out. That's how bad this is. That it wasn't like an influx of tons of people. This had less than even a Destiny server, like expansion or even a season update. It was bad. You have Tom Henderson. Marathon Season 2 launch is a disaster. Broken servers, whilst trying to bring a new influx of players, is an extremely bad look. It's not Bungie if they're not shooting themselves in the foot. And now their servers are offline until 2 a.m. Is it over? Do you reckon? Bungie's having a tough time right now. I hope not. I really enjoy Marathon, but this season's launch is a disaster. And it's going to continue to put the nail in the coffin. Listen. Bungie is doing everything to sabotage themselves. The most incompetent company outside of maybe competing with Ubisoft right now. Paul Tassi, yeah, this is like the worst timing possible. Not just season 2, not just free week, but the same night as State of Promotion. Feels bad for them when it showed up in State of Play 2. Glad they got that boost from that, but shame people couldn't jump right in after that. What boost? What? I mean, people are like, we're trying to justify, like, it only had 10K and now 30 plus K people are back in the game, meaning the people that are playing for free and then will probably leave next week. That will be an interesting check to see how many people actually stay. That'll be the quick that, like, even I'm going to try season 2 to give it a fair shake. Like, I'm going to test the waters. I'm going to play it out and see how it plays, right? It's just funny that people were goggling over the season, and all they did was add one new character. I think maybe a new gun. I'm not even sure. But all they did was take a current map and turn the lights off. I mean, I guess it makes sense. If you want people to play your game, the best way to play it is turn the lights off so you don't actually have to stare at you don't have to look at it. A lot of people didn't want to look at the aesthetics. Like, hey, bet, we know you don't like the way our game looks, so we're making it so you can't see it. But it's so lazy. Let's do what Tarkov has been doing for years, but we're not even going to add a new map. We're just going to make it dark. Man, Bungie really cranking out that high-end content. They're really bringing the bacon. Ooh, best $40 spent. Well, I was planning a big chunk of the day to play season 2, but it's probably time to call it. A single exfil managed. I mean, sorry, but this is a disaster and more than your usual. Destiny day 1 server issues in severity and context. A lot of the people ready to give a shot for the free week or after State of Play probably came and went. That may not be fair, but it's how things work. Really disappointing. It is. It's how first impressions matter. And people have been dogging and shitting on this game for a year or so. And now people are like, okay, it's free. I'm going to try this new season. And then they immediately get like, okay, well, obviously people are right. This game is shit. This company's shit. This company's incompetent and doesn't know what they're doing. I don't want to touch this game. Posted this and apparently brought the service to life. But yeah, see you tomorrow for another try. I lied. I did run. Didn't DC. I mean, I died, but I didn't DC. Blueberry GG. It's not like Marathon Season 2 had to go well for Bungie. 30 minutes trying to connect. Error coded 5 times already. Managed to get in. Night March is pretty dope. Yeah, let's take a map and make it dark. Big content plays out here. Woo! It's funny because we called this out for Destiny 2, by the way, reusing assets. And they just, Bungie's like, you know what? We're going to reuse assets, but we're going to reuse an entire map. We're gonna reuse an entire map. Oh my God, it's so bad. It's worse than Destiny. You gotta love, I love this. You've gotta love the most low IQ human beings in the Marathon community. It's possible Marathon haters are so pathetic that they're launching a DDoS attack against Marathon because the game had never had any server issues, not even on the first day. And you just everyone is just shitting on this guy. Like, this is why you don't listen to these absolute bots. I hate that this bot will put Tenno. Get out of here. Warframe players are far more intelligent than you. Bungie game LARPer spotted. This is not the first or second, third time a major concept like this caused severe server issues, my guy. Oh my god, you are so stupid. I can't argue against you, so I'm just gonna call you stupid. Says the Bungie LARPer man. Shut up. Wait for the game to come back like we all do on content updates. You're just an effing idiot. I'm not some Bungie LARPer Mongol. It's just illogical, and season 1 didn't have a single problem. You are a LARPer. You are the definition of a LARPer because everyone knows that not every Destiny 2 update crashed the servers. Yeah, bro, welcome to Bungie. It does, though. Launch wasn't an update. The game had a fixed state. He's American. You're arguing. Wait. Is this guy not American? Oh, Costa Rica. Okay, well, I'm Hispanic, so he's stupid. I will speak on the Hispanics. They don't represent us. The Argentinians speak out against the Costa Ricans. Stupid. You clearly have never experienced release of the new season in any Bungie. Philosophy tourist. Yes, I did, but the first day of Marathon had 0 problems. That doesn't mean anything. Have you never played an update? We're not talking about a launch of a game. We're talking about a launch of an update. Again, we could sit there and talk about this Bungie LARPer. They obviously have no idea what they're talking about. It is not a DOS attack. Marathon even came out and said, we have identified the issue that is currently causing elevated anteater, monkey, and weasel errors. Man, it's almost like PTSD for anyone that played Destiny. It's like, hey, we're back at home. We have Destiny at home in Marathon. We're taking servers offline and now targeting. Yeah, they had to take the entire game down because their game was broke. But guys, it's a DDoS attack. They're DDoSing. They're DDoSing, guys. They're DDoSing. Bro, will they be able to survive through this? Think of all the free players willing to give it a shot today, and this was the first impression. It's certainly not a great situation. It's not. I've criticized this guy, but shout out. We can agree on something here. Northern Ranger. All I've heard today, Destiny 2 fans are DDoSing Marathon. Some of you will believe anything, man. Exactly. Some people will believe anything. No one's DDoSing. Bungie doesn't need people to go against them. They will shoot themselves in the foot. This is a company that'll do everything possible to ruin their own reputation. They will do anything to destroy goodwill on their own. Which is also why people say the Tiger engine is one of the worst game engines ever. Because even Bungie can't use it. We've got CAC. This is honestly unacceptable, bro. This was one opportunity they had to reel in new people, and servers are just dead. Honestly, just upsetting to see, man. MOO, just do a full refund on the sponsor kits they gave to previous players. I've seen you've never played Destiny. Oh my god. Even I know that his name is Multi-Mac. It's literally based off the gun Multi-Mac. I have exclusively played Destiny since 2015. I can confirm Multi-Mac has been around at least since I started doing like actual criticism of Bungie. I've seen him float around, or them, sorry. Oh damn, he's 40 years old. Jesus Christ, you're old. But hey, you've been around for a minute. We got even Frostbolts actually bummed Marathon wipe complete. So it's not even just the fact that they have low player populations. It's not just the fact that they can't even keep their servers up. It's also how they implemented the season itself that's not being enjoyed. Actually bummed Marathon's wipe completely. Missed at what made playing season 1 special. So many mentions about trying to capture that season 1 fresh start magic. Yet purples and golds are already in the mix. Doesn't help they're throwing out some of these kits too. I put in hours before purples and golds started showing up. So did many others. The progression and loot felt very good. I don't think I'll come close to playing 400 hours for season 2. This is just an early reaction, first impressions to the wipe. And I think this is both fair for your most dedicated players, but at the same time, it's very intentional that they want more people to stay. If they're trying to increase the progression, if they feel like little Timmies can't get the time to play, they won't play. So that you've got to give them the carrots. You got to get them the golden carrot. Whether that's a good thing or bad thing, it's not my game, so I don't care. I'm just pointing out what it is. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I'm going to tell you, I don't care. We don't care. We don't care. So I'll leave the people that are dedicated to Marathon to decide whether that's good. Makes me question what the goal is. Surely this is on purpose. Everything has been accelerated in terms of progress. Yes, because that was a complaint that people got in. They didn't want to spend 300 hours to start enjoying the game. So they're trying to fast track everyone so that they can start unlocking all the good upgrades. They can start getting some of the good guns. They can participate and actually play the game. They're removing the wall of entry, which we kind of saw that with Destiny 2 with how they gave out participation trophies with the portal, right? Everyone gets tier 5s. You get a tier 5. What's that? You play trials, you lost the game. Here's like 30 tier 5s. Here's the best guns in the game with all the roles you could ever need. That's kind of what happened with Destiny 2 at launch and at the end of its life. Everyone gets participation trophies, right? It seems like they're not exactly doing that with Marathon, but I'm getting the same vibe that they're trying to make it to where it's easier to get into it. Do they want casuals and noobs to get a taste of purple gold loot since season 1? They wouldn't get any. I don't know. It gives Destiny, let's give everyone exotic engram vibes. So I should have read. He said the same thing I did. Might be tripping, so I'll come back to this later and see how things develop. Replying here or response. A response I gave someone about 400 hours. You're missing the point. It isn't that it took me 4 hours to get purples and golds. It didn't, by the way. It's that I played for so many hours because the progression was so good and contributed to the game time. On one extreme, 4 hours for good loot is too much for casuals and average gamers. I believe this. Yes, because you're a streamer. It is your job. You get paid to play one specific game over and over and over and over and over and over again. That's not feasible to base the game around content creators. In fact, you want to kill your game, make it based on content creators. Make your retention based on a content creator's retention, and you will kill your game. Which you could argue, maybe that's what happened to Marathon. They made it a content creator game. They made it a Bungie content creator game. And guess what? It murdered the game. On the other extreme, golds and purples showering day 1 and 2 is too much. I would agree. I think you should be able to get them, but I don't think you should be like, hey, it's everywhere. Like, even Tarkov, you still have to go to specific locations. You have a chance at getting some of the best gear, but you really have to kind of use, you have to work towards it. But you can absolutely get some top tier guns and attachments out in the open world, right? It's just completely random. It's juiced up, but do you not think this is also because the top 20% or whatever just really understand the game and where to get the best stuff now? Confident it's just juiced up now. Although there is outpost pinwheel plus killing bosses that fit what you said. I don't think doing that is enough to make season 2 white feel juiced up though. Higher tier loot appears to have dropped more consistently. The problem is deeper than that to me. Where low level able to do some of these end game activities for purple and gold loot, whereas season 1 made it feel like you need to progress power wise before you thought about farming end game activities. Yeah, I'll let the masters decide, right? Even Angry Joe. Apparently they're selling $20 for pink. Why am I not surprised? I fully expected. I've seen some pics and I still see Roblox trash. Like some of the stuff looks awful. The design just looks awful. Like if I'm looking at this, it looks like a pink dildo. It literally looks like that's not a knife, that's a dildo. You $20 for a dildo. You just had to jump on the Marathon hate, didn't you? Disappointing. No, he didn't want to jump on that dildo. Just say, like, you can enjoy that. $20 for a dildo. Apparently also, by the way, people were like, you can't leave negative reviews on Free Week.
What am I supposed to do for you?
What am I supposed to do? I can't educate you more than this. Breaking, Marathon recent reviews are approaching mixed. Ever since Bungie Sony announced Destiny 2 was ending live service, reviews for Marathon were going negative. But since yesterday, when Marathon became free to play for a week, most of those 0 to 2 hour playtime reviews have been negative. Recent reviews are approaching mixed now. Yeah, here, who didn't see this coming? By the way, Bungie said themselves, Jason Jones, you need 30 seconds of fun. If you don't have fun within 30 seconds, it's not a good game. So it's justified. Hey, I would normally say, hey, you need a couple hours. But even Bungie said, you know, good old classic Bungie said 30 seconds of fun. If you don't have fun within 30 seconds, it's a shit game. So pop off. There it is. Yep. And it's actually gone farther down. The Steam DB ranking has gone down to like 60 or 74K or 74%. It's going down. Like the negativity is going down now. The flood. Now you could argue that people that don't buy it could also counterweight it, but as you can see, it's not doing so well for them. It's not doing so well, but okay, let's be honest. These reviews are horrible. None of them have played more than 2 hours, and the criticism is either non-existent or just not true. Well, let's see. What do we have to say? I played this game a few times at the open beta. It felt rubbish. Now, Season 2 still feels rubbish. Gunplay feels clunky. Graphics look weird, which this is all subjective anyways. Runs horrible even on good PC. I don't know about that one. Like, maybe I'm running a good PC. It never felt bad. Level design is weak. I could agree with that. Character design is like a copy of any other game. I don't agree with that. Like, what? That's like, it feels like a Roblox. What? Players and look way worse than Destiny 1. Generic. Okay. Guys, this is not... Okay, this is, what the heck? Not much happened in the game. The really boring, confusing game. The menu system is one of the worst things I've seen in the games. That's still a fair... That is a general criticism, so I'll give you that. Not even for free, just John Bungie. Okay, so some of those are weird. I will give you that. Some of those are just weird. At least try to be... some of those had some things that were like, that's fair criticism. Then there was ones like generic, really? Even I don't think Marathon looks generic. Another issue that people are having is that Bungie continues. So Rooks are the scavs. I played Tarkov. They have scavs, which by the way, scavs don't just, they have a chance of getting some good stuff. Like a lab key that you can go and do labs, get some of the best gear in the game. But they don't give you like all the best guns in the game. You're supposed to scavenge. You're supposed to pick up things from the dead, but you still, like, a scav can still kick the ass of a kitted player. Well, Bungie says no. Rooks need to be awful. So Rooks will now start runs with a heat grenade. Rooks no longer get claymores, instead get one of what was already the worst grenade on top of being nerfed by 50% again. This is like the 4th or 5th time they've nerfed Rook. I'm generally lost for words at how insane, out of touch these changes are. They've shot and killed one of my favorite ways to play the game and threw the corpse in a wood chipper. Safe to say I will be spending less time with the game this season. That's fair. A lot of people like playing the scavenger role. They like jumping in without having to think about loot and jump in for the fun of it. If you don't mind me asking, and it's probably obvious, but do you find the game more enjoyable just playing Rook? I mean, do you ever play a full squad, but it's just not as fun? It's definitely more enjoyable to me than regular solos. Solo games feel like everyone is playing with their real life on the line. Yeah. I only had fun in solos at the end of the wipe because everyone had gear fear, and I would just go out, gear people taking gold and not caring. Calls the devs out of touch when it's people like you. Rook isn't supposed to be some clutch 1v3 king. It's a last resort scavenger. No one said Rook needs to be able to 1v3. The Claymore allowed Rook to get it down from clever positioning, baiting, timing. There is no play to be made with a single heat grenade. There's less fun to be had because of this change. That's why it's bad. And that's fair. Wholly unemployed. Oh, so let's look at this. This is funny. So they're posting the chart. Wholly unemployed. Are we checking Steam charts at 2 p.m.? on a work day for most people? I'm even responding on break right now. We need to chill and let the day play out before throwing charts around. Well, the day played out, and it's not looking good, Chief. It's not looking good. By the way, Tizzle says the same thing I did. Just a reminder that all D2's highest peaks on Steam were expansion launch days, which are Tuesdays. Everyone I played with took time off. Yeah, so let's get that clear. We have about, what, how many years? We got multiple since 2016. We got 10 years of data to show on Tuesday people will show up, and that is usually the highlight. And if no one's showing up on a marathon Tuesday, well, must not be that big of a deal. We got Joker. First off, before we talk to Joker, let's see about what we got here. Again, response to the chart. With this logic, Destiny should have shut down with Curse of Osiris. Hit him with it. Hit him with it. He has the chart right here. Some people don't know what they're talking about, and it shows. They almost did shut down. They literally were 5 weeks from shutting down Destiny as a product. They were 5 weeks. So yes, there's proof of the pudding. In fact, they almost shut down before selling themselves to Sony. In fact, they tried to save themselves by creating a bunch of incubation projects, including Marathon, in order to pad themselves in value to sell themselves to Sony because they're about to shut down again. They could not survive by themselves. They couldn't survive with Activision. They couldn't survive on their own, and they're not surviving with Sony. About that, they nearly did. The key difference between Marathon and Destiny at this point was D2 had a record-breaking debut week, selling an estimated 5 million units worldwide, and the first 3 months saw over 10 million units sold across platforms, which we know that Marathon's only sold 1.5 in 2 months. Not looking good, Chief. Let's be honest. If they made Marathon instead of Destiny 2, Bungie would have shut down because nothing would have saved them no matter what they did with Marathon. I love calling out Marabots, people who don't use critical thinking. You got this Flitzy guy, another Bungie, I think I have it. Do I have it? Yes, I do. You got one of these. This is the Bungie ball fondlers. This is it right here, right? You got one of those guys. This is him right here, Flitzy. Crazy how so many be talking about the game. Sorry. Crazy how so many be talking, but none of them played the game in the last 3 months. Hashtag noticing. So you have the community. And if you take the time to really look at what people are saying, they say, we want Destiny 3. We want Destiny 3. Isn't that crazy how if you notice what people are talking about, they're not talking about Destiny 2. They're talking about Destiny 3. No one's like, oh, Destiny 2 is going down. What they want is okay, Destiny 2 shutting down. Well, we want Destiny 3 to replace it. They're not saying keep Destiny 2 alive. So I call this guy out. Crazy how reading comprehension is hard for the Marathon fanboys. I'm pretty sure people were saying we want Destiny 3. Notice closely, they aren't saying Destiny 2. And of course, they never have any counter argument. They just they have to give the prototypical, I'm just going to insult you, and that makes me right. You're genuinely a dumbass, and this is proving it. Funny that I literally argued against you, and you couldn't deny it, because literally that's what they're wanting. They want Destiny 3. No one's saying anything about Destiny 2. They're not worried about playing Destiny 2. They want Destiny 3. But again, when these people have low IQ, zero argument, they will just be like, you chud incel, crown eating, you're wrong, you're dumb, you're fat, you're skinny, X, Y, and Z insult. It just shows a lowbrow intelligence because they can't even counter argue. They can't even provide a logical counter argument. Because they know they're wrong. And here's another one. Quote tweet me when it doesn't happen. Okay, I'm not doing more because I'll get myself copyrighted because it's Death Note. Thou shalt not lie, Leviticus 19:11. What? So here's what he said that we know is a lie. I ironically think with this free week, we're going to see 100K people on launch. And I'm not joking or exaggerating. Quote tweet me when it doesn't happen. It's so obvious, and it's very disingenuous of this person, intellectually dishonest. We do it again.
What am I supposed to do?
This is why you make fun of these people. You call them out. They're bad actors. They don't want. They try to dilute real conversation. They live in some kind of la la land. They're using engagement bait excuse now. Yes, they are. But he thinks the fires of hell gives a damn. You're gonna burn. Yeah, I'm sure that's what they're saying, is that it's engagement bait. Let's see. Did they say anything else? I'm actually crying, shitting, crying, and pissing on live stream right now. Please fix the server's ass. I wonder why. Is that like Temu Master Chief? God, that looks awful. Did he delete the tweet? Oh, no, you don't, you little scum bucket. Oh, there's no shot. He deleted the tweet. Oh, you little rat. What a rat. You dirty, dirty little rat. What a rat. June 2nd, what a rat. You're such a rat. You have no fucking balls. Literally a flapping vagina. What a rat. What such a little rat, dude. Got caught in 4K and ratted out. No respect, man. You just no respect for these rats. What a rat. Someone has to say that if you laughed, you go to hell. He didn't say concurrent though, did he? Yeah, whatever. He did. Maybe the fire's hell will melt some sense into Jit. Is that a racist? Is that his name? Don't tell me that's some racist slang I don't know. God, I hope not. Did I get baited? Why are we hating Glorpini now? Annoying, because he's a little rat. Marathon Panic is off the charts. Yeah, it's on discount. Guys, free to play on discount. By the way, apparently, if you get downloaded, you can get a $14 discount on like PlayStation, but I don't know if it's PlayStation or what, but it's a bait. Because what it is that it's the deluxe edition and it's an upgrade, but you can still purchase it for some reason if you download the free trial. But if you delete the base game or the free trial, it will not let you play. It's such a scummy like bait that you think, oh, I can buy it on PlayStation for $14. There's so much desperation. This game is going to crash and burn within the year. And I'm going to sit there and eat my popcorn and celebrate it. There's some of the scummiest stuff that's going on. And by the way, yes, your boy absolutely put it out there. I baited. Oh, yeah, I put this out there. Free to play, new season, easier game mode for players, and they still can't bring people in. Big oof. By the way, let's look at the cope. The biggest cope you ever seen. That's right. Let's see. Numbers did go up. I was honest. By the way, I'm an honest guy. I did point out numbers did go up 10K more after server fix. I'm a gentleman. I point out the obvious. Listen, I pulled out both sides of the coin, but people were upset. Plus, they got hit with a DDoS attack or something because now no one play at the moment. Wasn't DDoS, just Bungie being Bungie. First time, huh? God love it. The servers are down. They're being pulled down now. Hashtag cope. The only cope news about losing your garbage Destiny game. So, they're so mad. I always knew you were a loser. You just keep proving my point. Yeah, I'm not wrong, which is why you stay mad. Me mad? No, I pity people like you. No, you're mad. You came on, it's funny, it's a self-report because you saw this post, you had to comment on it, and now you're mad. You're actually mad because you couldn't ignore it. Like moths to the flame, or flies to shit at this point. I do have to point out, no, it wasn't Dios, it was the servers. A 200% increase in players from last month while servers down is kind of impressive. It is. The player population wasn't to the floor. It doesn't appeal to people who suck at PvP, so that tracks. They get so mad. Yeah, but Chris, and I gotta love this. Argument for popularity is a logical fallacy. More people eat at McDonald's than at Roof's Steakhouse. More people play Roblox than Expedition 3. A lot of low-class people in the world. It is what it is. And I put, yeah, but Roof's Chris Steakhouse isn't having to do layoffs because their company devalued by $7 million. Also, Expedition sold 8 million copies and Marathon only sold 1.5 in 2 months. Try again. 30K is less for you. You don't know anything. 80K at launch with a paywall versus a free-to-play season with lower numbers. They get so mad because they can't argue. They can't argue. It's so good. They can't argue against it. When the numbers go down after the free to, they're so, but please continue to cry in silence, new behavior. Learn to play FPSs. Man, isn't it pro-typical, guys? You make fun of Marathon, it's because you're bad at FPSs. No, that's not it. Still no Destiny 3. That will never happen, let's be honest. Servers have basically been down all day. Most people are just in the menu. And I said, damn, I do feel bad for the average Joe just getting on and having their time wasted. Listen, I get it. I've had my time wasted before. Rise of Iron wasted my entire night trying to get into the server. They would have been most likely 40K plus had it not been server issues. Massive L stunted any momentum they could have gotten from the state of play. It would have been, I don't know if it would have been more, but they've gotten to 40K, which is still not impressive for a free-to-play new season. Like, we could agree, it looks really bad. Really bad. It's unfortunate the game will never get to live or die on its own merits, especially not with D2 ceasing updates soon. I imagine if D3 was announced, the numbers would be doubled, if not tripled. That's cope. This is an absolute lie. It did bring me in as a new player. I've even streamed for 1 hour before I installed it. You almost got me. you almost got me. It's just like, I had to. That was great. That was good. Twitter tourists when a game doesn't have Fortnite numbers. Some of them just have to learn the hard way. Can't wait for that libel court case. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about. Nobody wins when it comes to rooting for downfall of video games. Everyone wins when bad games die. Trust me, everyone is already playing and celebrating the good ones. It's true. People are celebrating. All right, cope. Will it be like, quit having fun? Didn't you commit libel? No. I've been at work, but did they add PvE mode yet? No. Sony State game promotion 2. It's generally over for Bungo at this point. Nobody shuts up about it. So there's that. Yeah, there you go. Yay, people are talking about it. They're gonna regret axing D2 big time. June 9th is gonna be yet more massive proof of that. Someone is illiterate. No, someone just quickly types. Sorry. Waiting for the actual argument. Marathon Season 2 actually get higher numbers than it already has. Just servers are down, you moron. Stay. Hey, stay mad. Stay mad. Sometimes it's just so easy. It's just on the fly. Just do it. Weren't you the guy that paid? Oh my God. People continue to spread misinformation. Anyways, funny enough, still true. Still true. And they get mad because there's nothing they can do about it. Listen, eventually you have to come to terms that this game is, if this is your max on a brand new season, on a free to play week, listen, you could make an argument that at least half the players that bought the game, or at least, at peak, half of what the total launch was, that would be impressive. But we're talking about free to play at the peak of a Tuesday. Now, there's still time. There's still time. Weekends, a free to play weekend is a big deal. And then we'll look at the next weekend to see if any of them stay. I'm intentionally moving the goalpost for these people because I know they're going to move it on their own. So I'm moving the goalpost. Don't worry, I'm moving it for you. We're going to look at this weekend. We're going to say the numbers go up. How much up? And are they going to stay to the next week? Isn't it bad where you feel bad that you have to be the one to move the goalpost for these people and try to defend them because they don't know what they're doing? I feel like I've been hired. I've been hired to try to help these people. I got you, Mr. President. Anyways, I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor. Hit the like button, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel for more. As always, we'll see you in the next